Seeing these two side by side has got me feeling a certain type of way. This is my previous truck. Didn't have it that long ago. And then here's my new, the 2023 Akins Ford F350 Lariat trimmer, Redline Everest Edition, 5-inch BDS lifted on 38s and 24s. Oh my gosh. The F350 Limited Everest Edition Stormtrooper 10-inch lifted on 42s and 26s. Seeing this truck right here is like back in the day when you had that breakup and you thought you were good, you know, you don't see her for a while, and then just like a month later you see her and she's just all buttoned up and looking good, and it's like, oh man, what did I do? What did I do? Wow, that's what we got going on. Man, I miss this truck so much. Man, it had a whole different vibe to it. Driving this truck, it is a big truck. You know, as far as daily driving this truck, it definitely wasn't as easy as driving what I'm currently in now. But God, there's no substitute for the feeling that this truck right here gave you, boy. Real deal. We knocked this one out of the park. It's got so many customizations, and you're probably asking, why is it back here today? Well, Blake Parm, great repeat customer, a great guy, a local guy. Man, he's a phenomenal all the way around, does grading. Hit him up for all your needs if you're in the Elberton or North Georgia area, y'all. But look, he's selling this truck. He's doing a 23 F450 Western Reserve build with us right now, and is wanting to move this one. So this truck is back available, and I'm sitting here salivating over it because I'm like, man, the opportunity is right in front of me. I mean, look how big and substantial. I miss this truck, and seeing it sitting right here is truly special. Loving my current truck though. I love the 2023 and what it presents overall, the newness of it. And you know, I'm going to be flipping vehicles left and right, not for the profit center of it, but because I need to. It's like a rolling advertisement for me, and I get to give you all feedback of what works, what doesn't work. So 5-inch lift, we don't run that as much. We do like Jake's doing. Jake rolls on the 2.5 and 37 covert, which is what is our bread and butter, what we sell the most of. So I'm in this one to showcase and get feedback to you all by just the experience. I've been towing a camper with it. It's been doing a phenomenal job of that. The Performance Elite shocks, I'm really loving that. And the Ready Lift, Ready Air system, pulling that bit. I pulled about 15,000 pounds last week at the GNCC ATV race, and it did phenomenal. So they now have for 2023 this Ready Air system, the Logic Q, and it's all operated on your phone. It's been great as far as just like coming to hook up. I can just lower it down right up to it, right up, read the SRQs in the back bumper to go along, and the rock lights in it. Got a bed cover as well. So this truck has been a statement. It's been great for me, but the Ready airbags in the rear are also available for this body style as well. But God, look right here, coming back right here. So once I sold this truck, once we, the dealership, sold this truck to Blake, he went and did more upgrades, y'all. He did train horn, which I wanted to add myself, but just never got around to doing it. So we got a Horn Blaster train horn in the back, and it is super loud. We got Fox shocks with Reggie's also, and the Wicked Lift to me, oh, you gotta have a bulletproof hitch. You got to. And we got painted SRQs. We got the Limited out back, looking primo. Smoke tails with border perimeter, and the American Force Nemesis wheel. We are 26 by 14. I've never ran this big of a combo before until this truck, and like it was like 7 months and it was away from me. Even got the floaters. Look at that. We got the American Force idle and did a custom powder coat for American Force on this one. Got the floater as well. So we're 24 by 11, 0 offset on this one. So the mild to wild scale on this one, we're only sticking out about 3.5 inches. So we're definitely more mild on a mild to wild scale, but we're on 24s and 38. So we're definitely past the mid-level point. I do want to add, I want to change my tail lights. I want to do a light smoke with a border perimeter, more similar to that one. I think it'll just help break up so much of the red. So my boy Austin, know he's gonna be on top of that. My man, phenomenal job. You won't find better paint across the entire country. So jumping back to Blake's truck, We got switchbacks, which goes from white to amber, as well as white clearance lights that are painted to match. Did the cap white, star white, custom paint everywhere. Everything was taken care of. Black on the backer, remove that texture, agate black, white, combo, door handles, wicked. And look, got the Rambo arms up front. Just, it reminds me of a Browning machine gun. It looks incredible, and that's just my vibe. Dual steering stabilizer, got the Warn winch in the bumper, did a trimmer valance painted to match, and the 14 wide makes a statement. I mean, look right here. We're almost, my shoe can fit in there. It's a great balance. I think any more width on there, a 16 wide or more, it's going to be more erratic as far as driving. You can drive this truck with confidence. I actually pulled the same camper with this truck all the way to Florida, all the way 4 hours to South Carolina for a race. So I have used this truck when I owned it. Blake's been pulling his boat to the lake with it as well, and it really doesn't squat that much. I mean, my 23 squats more before the airbags were installed than this one does. I think just because of how tall the block is in the rear and the way the truck's set up, it does not squat near as much as you would think. So it can pull, it can do some things for you, it can work, and we definitely have worked it a little bit. But I think the mileage on this truck is still very low. We're like in the 7 or 8 or 9,000 mile range on this truck overall. So long story short, if you are interested in purchasing this truck, send me a message on any of my social media avenues. This is not going to be a sale through the dealership. This will be a private sale to the owner, Blake. So keep that in mind. This video is about just helping get this truck sold. That way he can rock and roll confidently with his new build. He just doesn't need these many trucks, y'all. It's what it comes down to. And an incredible truck. He just doesn't drive it as much. So it's a low mileage 22 F350 limited. It's got custom subwoofer audio on the inside. It's got Starlight headliner on the inside. And it's got that navy pier interior. So you got the gray and that seafoam greenish blue interior. When you got Alcantara gray suede in the headliner too. I mean, the truck is mint. The inside of this truck trumps this one by a long shot. So a limited truck, 10-inch lifted on 42s and 26s, that is one of the baddest. I mean, it is one of the baddest. Like, I'm like, this was my truck, y'all, and it's no longer mine. It's already been sold, and it's like, now it's up for another person to buy. It's like, man, am I doing something wrong? Do I need to recapture this truck? Because I truly have loved it and enjoyed it overall. But you know, I'm just gonna keep doing my thing and rocking. I've already got something planned, I guess, for what I'm gonna roll to next as far as my next rendition. But for my personal needs, I have to stay in a Super Duty for my family because of our towing needs now with the camper and the racing and all that. I'm gonna be in a Super Duty. The wife is still in the Gen 3 Iconic Silver two-face red line Indo Edition. And my son's in the original race red line Indo Edition. But I hope you've enjoyed this video, y'all. Hope you had a great day. Just a comparison. Didn't do this before when I finished my race red, but got them both side by side, and it's just making me reflect on how far I've come in my career. I'm 38, but just how far I've come in the accessory game, in the past 5 to 6 years. Making the impact and just putting my foot down and say, no one's going to outwork me. No one's going to have more knowledge than me. Even though, people that are older and have been in the industry selling accessories for a long time may want to try and say like, oh yeah, no, I've been doing this for twice as long as you and this and that. Well, time can accelerate if you put the work in. I mean, are you studying every night? Are you learning every day? Are you trying to maximize every day? Are you just kind of going through the motions, doing what the average person does, or what just kind of is necessary to stay in the game? I'm here to dominate the game. That's what I'm here for, y'all. I'm not here to be average in anything I do in life. Like with the racing, I just did yoga. That's why I'm wearing what I'm wearing. I just did yoga this morning because I'm tired of getting second and third place. It's pissing me off, and I know this because maybe of just my overall stature as far as conditioning and putting everything together. I like to lift heavy. I do running and biking and all that good stuff, calisthenics, but I'm just not doing enough of it. And at 38, jumping back on the four-wheeler, I put a four-wheeler down for a long while. I've ridden four-wheelers all my life, but put it down a long while ago and didn't think I would jump back on it. And it took me a while to get my body recalibrated back to even just riding on a consistent basis, much less racing. And then just seeing that we had those first 9 races, by those last 3, I was dialed in and really wasn't getting exhausted or tired much. In this past race, the Mid-East race the week before, I was like, oh God, I hadn't been riding much this summer, and I could definitely tell. And then, so went and rode the Mid-East race. It kicked my butt, but I got second. I did well. I was super sore for that week after that. But then when the GNCC race came this past week, again, I was dialed in. But I just know that there's that much improvement that I can get out of my body. So I got to do all I can to try to get there, because we have another race in 2 weeks. And I'm sorry I got on a tangent about this, but long story short, we have almost $300,000 worth of trucks behind us. And I own that one and own this one now. And it's okay to look back and reflect and be proud. But the mindset that Real Deal Rambo has is very quickly get back on track of we're nowhere near where we want to be in all aspects, even with the family. There's so many things I want to improve on and continue to grow, because if you're standing still, if you're not improving, you're probably getting worse. You're definitely not staying the same. So what can I do as a man is to try to get more mature mentally every day, because we're still growing, still learning, still trying to find ways to be the best. And it's the same philosophy that I extend into what we're doing here in the automotive industry. I wake up every single day and I sit where I sit in the dealership. My office is directly in the middle of the dealership and the accessory store, because I'm right there. Of course, Wild Willie's, you know, I'm your boy, but even on the Aiken side, I am every day trying to see how I can give value to Aikens as well as Wild Willie's. And why not? That's what it should be about. It shouldn't be about being selfish or thinking about myself alone. I know that if I can be an impact and offer value into this industry, offer value to the dealership and the accessory store, then obviously I'm going to benefit from it as well. So don't look at life, no matter what you're doing. I told my wife the other day, I met her at Lowe's, and when I was in the Caesar department, when I was at Duke Energy doing what I was doing, man, I was going through the motions. I knew a lot about the stuff in the Caesar department because my dad owned a hardware store. I knew so much about the lawnmowers and weed eaters and chainsaws and the lawn and garden. I knew all that stuff because I've been around it all my life, and I offered value and did a good job helping customers while I was there. But I was like, honey, if I went back to Lowe's today and they gave me the seasonal department, I would be running the store in 2 years. Why? Because I would do and stay as long as it took to have that seasonal department aisle. Every single product would be pristine and lined up in mint, number one. And then number two, I would give so much value to the customer by studying my products even more, not saying I know how the products work and everything about them just because my dad owned a store and back in the day I did. That's not good enough. You got to be up to speed with the now, because things are always changing, just like I'm trying to always change and improve. The world's always changing. Products are always changing and improving, just like here. You got new body styles, new generations, new products, new lifts, all that. I got to know it, and I got to be elite in knowing those products. So that's what it's all about. So if you're considering across the entire country doing business with us, you're on the right track, first and foremost. And secondly, you're going to get what you're hearing from me every single time. You're not going to catch me on a weekday. You're not going to catch me on a day where, oh, I don't feel like it. I'm going to be average today in my response or in my communication or in my attention that I'm going to give you. It's going to be number one all day. And if you catch me slipping, you better call me out, but you won't do it, y'all. So look, Jacob Webb, pitcher, he was for the Braves. He went to the Angels. Now he's on the Orioles. We may see him in the playoffs. Jesse Cash hooked him up here. here. Boom. Indo edition as well. We got a video of this one and bring it to you soon. So if you're still watching this video after this country boy's been blabbing at you for 15 minutes, I much appreciate that. But a full review of this one coming soon. But again, the moral of this story is this truck right here is now available again, and it is a diamond real deal style. Look, Blake still left the real deal right there. How about that? We got a Pace Edwards power bed cover to go along with it. Truck is mint. He added upgrades to it to make the truck even better than even when I had it. That's my man right there. I appreciate him so much. And his truck, stay tuned. He's got a Star White 23 F450 Western Reserve coming to you soon with a North Star bed and Kelderman air ride suspension lift kit. Somebody buy this truck. Diamond, hit me up for information on pricing. We'll work with you to get you the best deal on this truck. Hit your boy Real Deal up. And the race red is my current Chariot. And I ain't stopping, y'all. Thanks so much. Peace out.